Good day and welcome to another video. In this video I have 8 releases to show, and I haven't up until now I haven't bought many 2021 releases, but now I have went on a shopping spree, and 6 of these releases are from 2021. We will start with this one. This is Chained to Osiris by Pyre. It was released by Memento Mori in 2020. The Pyre is a Russian death metal band, and I had no idea existed until Mark G with a C showed this a while ago, and I listened to one track on Spotify and ordered it, and this is fantastic stuff. It's old school death metal, reminiscent of the glory days of Swedish early death metal, and it contains 9 tracks and has a running time of about 40 minutes. And the riffs are incredible. The tempo is mostly mid to fast paced, and then there are some blast beats from time to time, but also some very slow, very chunky parts with great riffing. And the production is perfect. It sounds raw, but you can still hear everything very clearly. Everything is just at the right level in the mix, and there are no instruments that takes up too much space. The drums sound very organic, and the vocals are great. And this is one of the best death metal records I have heard, period. The only complaint would be that the bass is not, it's a little bit buried in the mix. But other than that, this is excellent stuff. And this was their sophomore release, and I need to check out the debut, because this is excellent stuff. Pyre. The lyrics in the insert. The CD looks like this. Pyre.
In the epics of your suffering, for your blood of your name, not me, as a harvester of human soul.
Next up we have this. This is the Omnicircle with the record called Appalling Ascension. It was released by 20 Bucks Spin and Osmos in 2017, and I bought this when it came out, but I think this was before I started making videos, and I have not seen anyone talk about this band, and I would like to change that, because the band is from Portugal and this is their only release so far, and it's incredibly good blackened death metal. It sounds a lot like Dead Congregation, but with some more Morbid Angel and some black metal and doom metal thrown into the mix. And once again, the production is flawless and everything is great, but the only flaw I can see is that the intro, Heart Girt with a Serpent, is over 4 minutes long, and while it's good and builds up the momentum very nicely into the first real track from Endless Chasms, it could easily been stripped down in half. But other than that, everything is spot on. And it contains a total of 8 tracks, and it's around for 52 minutes. But it's so diverse, and with tempo shifts and stuff, it doesn't feel that long. And this one it's a gatefold. And it's a double EP set. We get a printed inner sleeve with lyrics. The record is on white and gray and black and brown swirl, or what do you call it, with custom labels. So check out the Omnicircle Appalling Ascension. Now for the 2021 releases, starting out with this EP. It's Coffin Mulch, Septic Funeral. released by Redefining Darkness Records in February of this year on CD. And this was recommended by Liam, the Death Doom Metalhead, in one of his recent videos as a Scottish autopsy. And it contains 6 tracks, and it's around 20 minutes long. And this is a homage to Autopsy and Early Entombed and the like. And the first track, Septic Funeral, is very slow and crunchy, but on the other tracks they mix up. There are some fast parts also. And the vocals are very deep and guttural, and the guitar tone is very meaty, and the drums sound excellent. So this is very, very good stuff. This was their debut EP, and hopefully they will release some full lengths in the future. So CD looks like this. The booklet with some lyrics, and picture of the band members. And I also got a sticker. Next we have Straight Outta Smogtown by Terra Dome. It was released by Selfmade Records in February of this year. And Terra Dome was formed in 2005 in Krakow in Poland, and Straight Outta Smogtown is the band's third full length. I have not heard their earlier stuff. I just saw this, I read about this somewhere and decided to pick it up. And the band describes itself as a brutal crossover thrash, and after listening to this tape, I would agree that's a good description of how they sound. And this one contains 14 tracks and is around 40 minutes long. And it's very intense. It's a very intense crossover thrash with some blast beats, and the riffs are magnificent. The vocalist has a very varied approach, from hardcore and punk shouts to more angry thrash and even some death metal growls, and there are a lot of gang vocals. And in one of the tracks, Desordem e Regresso, it's Portuguese. There are 2 guest vocalists and they do a magnificent job. And on the track Demolition, Frankie Blackfire from Sodom and former Creator makes a guest appearance. And this is awesome stuff. If you like thrash metal, intense thrash metal, the tape is on yellow. And the J card folds out, picture of the band members. And on the other side you have all the lyrics. The lyrics are great. They are sometimes the songs are a little bit repetitive, but it's almost always when they pick up the best riff and they just keep playing it, so it's not bad per se. So check out Terra Dome, Straight Outta Smogtown.
We can be possessed by billions. We can be possessed by billions. You can run, you cannot fucking hide. Authorities got you in the sight. Welcome to the country where human equals shit.
Next up we have some more familiar band. Cannibal Corpse latest, called Violence Unimagined. It was released through Metal Blade in April, and this is the band's 15th full length since the start in '88. And as I said previously, Hammer Smashed Face was the first death metal track I ever heard, and Bloodthirst from '99 was one of the first death metal records I owned. And I have not kept up with the band since Bloodthirst, but have heard most of their stuff. And when my local record shop had this in stock, I bought it. And it contains 11 tracks, and it's around 43 minutes long. And new in the lineup is Eric Rutan from Morbid Angel and Hate Eternal and Ripping Corpse. And he has contributed with some songwriting and I think 2 two tracks are his own creation, and this is very good stuff. You can clearly hear that it's Cannibal Corpse, and there is not that much that changed, but the riffs are slightly better than usual, and especially on the slower, shuggy parts, like the middle part of Inhumane Harvest. The riffs are excellent, and the Corpse Grinder's vocals are as good as always, and Paul's hammering behind the drum kit is solid, and the production is great, but Alex Weber's bass guitar is a little bit it comes and goes, but it's good and very good. So if you like Cannibal Corpse, this is a must buy, but if you like death metal in general, check this one out, because this is one of their strongest releases this year. And this is a gatefold. You get an insert, but there are no lyrics for some reason. A download card. And Metal Blades inner sleeve. And the record is pot green mushroom marbled vinyl with custom labels. Very nice. Some more thrash metal. This is Evil E or something, I don't know how you pronounce it, with a record called Hell Unleashed. It was released by Napalm Records in April this year, and this is another band I had never heard of before. And the band is from Huddersfield in England, and Hell Unleashed is the band's fifth full length after 8 years of silence. And apparently the former vocalist left the band prior to this release, and his brother Old Drake handles the vocals and guitar duties. And it contains 9 tracks, including a Mortician cover of Zombie Apocalypse. And it's extremely fast-paced thrash metal, almost all the time, and they have some slower parts, but the majority of the time it's blazing fast. And I was not sold at the vocals at first. The riffs are great, and the drumming and everything is great, but the vocals, they are very monotonous. But after a couple of listens I got used to them, and now I've listened to it maybe 15 times. I quite like them, and the production is quite polished, almost too polished, but not it's not that bad. But this is good. At first I thought it was good, but the more I have listened to it, the more I think it's mainly because of the vocals. So if you check this out, you need to handle the vocals, and then you can enjoy the riffs and stuff. And this is a gatefold. Get a lyric insert, printed inner sleeve, and my version is the plain black. Next up we have Death Swarm, Forward into Oblivion. It was released by FDA Records last month. And Death Swarm is a Swedish band that was formed in 2017, and Forward into Oblivion is the band's sophomore release. And I had never heard of this band, but when I ordered the next one I'm going to show, I wanted to save on postage. Not save, but you know, you don't want to pay for one record, you don't want to pay that much in shipping. So I picked this one up a little blind buy, but this is death metal. It's quite varied, and the first track, We Still Burn, has a slight ball thrower feeling to it, but with the HM2 basso guitar, and some tracks are faster, like the eating blood, on the B side. It's faster and reminds me a little bit of early Dismember, and the last track, in the wells they await, it sounds a little bit like Asphyx with their Death Doom. So it's very varied, and the vocals are very guttural at times, but the riffs are great, and it's quite organic feel to the drums and everything. So this is very, very good stuff, and I need to check out their first full length also. Here is death metal. You get the printed inner sleeve, no, not the inner sleeve, insert with lyrics and picture of the band member. The record is on translucent red. Fits the artwork nicely. And I saved the best one for last. This is Rapture, Malevolent Demise Incarnation. And Rapture was formed in 2012 in Athens, Greece, and this is their third full length, and I haven't heard the band before, but this is fantastic. It's like a combination of Demolition Hammer and early Malevolent Creation. So it's very pounding thrash metal, but with some death metal, a lot of death metal. And the vocals are mostly thrash-like, but there are growls, death growls also. And the riffs are awesome, and the drums also. And the production is great. So if you like Demolition Hammer and that kind of brutal thrash metal that's tipping over the point to be death metal, or you like death metal that has a lot of thrashy riffing, this is for you. And this is for everyone who likes death metal and thrash metal, because it's awesome. And this is probably my favorite release of 2021 so far. And it contains 8 tracks, 4 on the A side and 4 on the B side, and it's 43 minutes long, so it's quite perfect length for this kind of record. You also get a poster of the album artwork, and I decided to go for the green vinyl. So check out Rapture, Malevolent Demise Incarnation. Yes.
Reject your science, listen to its night. Purgatory geckos, go to the abomination. Circle of the blade, pressing into life.
And that's all I had for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.